Before humans built cities, before the first spark of fire, something massive walked the earth. In the heart of ancient forests, the ground trembled beneath the footsteps of a creature so powerful it made mammoths look like their slimmer cousins. These weren't gentle giants. They were prehistoric tanks, muscle-bound, tusked beasts known as mastodons. But if they were so unstoppable, why are they gone? These creatures weren't just larger than life, they redefined it. Imagine an animal heavier than a military truck, strong enough to plow through a pine forest like it was tissue paper. That's the American mastodon. Stockier than mammoths, shorter but built with brute strength, these animals ruled the woodlands of North America for millions of years. And yet, somehow, something brought them to their knees. At first glance, people thought they were mammoths. After all, they had tusks, trunks, and sheer size. But a closer look revealed a story millions of years in the making. Unlike mammoths, whose teeth were flat and perfect for grazing, mastodons had breast-shaped cusps on their molars. That's where their name comes from. Mastodon literally means breast tooth. These cone-shaped teeth weren't for grass. They were designed for tearing through twigs, snapping branches, and crushing bark. Forests were their buffet, and they were built to devour it. But their strength wasn't just in their jaws. Their bodies were tanks, dense, muscular, and low to the ground. A typical male mastodon stood nearly 10 feet tall at the shoulder and weighed up to 10 tons. They didn't just walk through forests, they reshaped them. With tusks that curved like giant scythes and bones thick as concrete pillars, mastodons were the undisputed powerhouses of the Pleistocene. Those tusks weren't just decoration. In some specimens, they stretch over 7 feet long, thick enough to snap trees or shove rivals. And that's not speculation. We've found tusks with battle scars, snap tips, gouges, and fractures. These weren't just tools, they were weapons. During mating season, male mastodons likely fought brutal battles for dominance. And like tree rings, their tusks carry the story of their lives, each layer recording age, stress, diet, and even trauma. But they weren't solitary juggernauts. Mastodons had families, led by wise matriarchs, just like modern elephants. Females banded together to protect their young, forming tight-knit herds that moved together through ancient forests. Calves learned to strip bark, find fresh shoots, and avoid predators from the guidance of their mothers. Males, once old enough, were pushed out, forced into a wandering life or bachelor groups, always searching for mates or territory. They thrived in wetlands, bogs, and woodlands, eating everything from pine needles to swamp grass. Fossilized dung confirms their diet: fruits, bark, leaves, even conifer branches. This made them forest specialists. While mammoths grazed grassy plains, mastodons stuck to thick, shadowy forests where they could browse to their heart's content. But then, everything changed. As the Ice Age waned, climates shifted dramatically. Forests began to die back. Open grasslands shred. For a creature that depended on dense woods and wet habitats, this was a slow death sentence. And then came something far more dangerous than saber-toothed cats or short-faced bears: humans. The earliest Americans were expert hunters. They moved in with spears, strategy, and fire. Archaeological sites in Missouri and other parts of the U.S. show mastodon bones with cut marks, clear evidence of butchering. It didn't take many humans to tilt the balance. Mastodons had long pregnancies, low birth rates, and grew slowly. Hunting them, even occasionally, was enough to collapse their numbers. But some fought to the end. In swamps across the Great Lakes and riverbeds of the Midwest, we've found their remains, still locked in ancient muck. One skeleton from New York, the Warren mastodon, shows remarkable preservation. Another, the Bueshing mastodon in Indiana, helped scientists read growth rings in tusks to understand their seasonal movement and stress. Their fossils tell us they didn't go quietly. As forests vanished and hunters spread, the mastodons slipped into legend. By 10,500 years ago, they were mostly gone. Some stragglers may have survived a bit longer in isolated patches, but the age of the mastodon had ended. And yet, they left a mark. When early American settlers found massive teeth and bones in swamps, they thought they'd discovered biblical giants. Some claimed they were monsters. Even Thomas Jefferson got involved, promoting them as proof that America had once been home to nature's greatest beasts. Traveling shows displayed towering mastodon skeletons, thrilling audiences hungry for a glimpse of the past. These giants ignited the birth of paleontology in the United States. Scientists debated what they were, how they lived, and why they vanished. The answers weren't always clear, but the mystery only added to their legend. They weren't just creatures, they were architects of the forest, reshaping ecosystems as they fed, migrated, and battled. Without them, forests changed. No other animal could replace the role they played, breaking branches, clearing trees, and spreading seeds. Their disappearance left a void that no mammal has filled since. Today, their bones rest in museums. Their stories are etched in layers of sediment and tusk. And their legacy? It still lingers in the silence of the forests they once ruled. So the next time you see a grove of ancient trees, remember, once, long ago, a beast larger than imagination walked there, tusks sweeping, jaws crushing, a king of a world now lost. And if mastodons, creatures built like tanks, could fall to time and man, what else might we lose next?